Hey guys, Future Savannah here, and before we dive into the video, I just wanted to address the fact that I recorded this video a few days ago, so actually before the review embargo lifted for one battle after another. So I wanted to let you guys know because obviously that might change some of the predictions that I have going forward. However, I decided to post this video anyways. And the reason I'm doing that is because generally I'm going to keep my predictions as they are, because I actually do want to see how this movie is going to perform with general audiences before I get super reactionary about everything. I mean, it's got super high scores, huge Metacritic score. It's probably super obvious, but yet I still kind of want to see how it's going to perform theatrically, how audiences are going to take this movie, how international audiences are going to take this movie, especially because it does seem that it's a very American-centric film. So I kind of want to see how those things play out before I put it any higher. I kind of just wanted to address that because now you know that I'm not ignorantly doing my predictions like this. I am intentionally doing my predictions like this. So feel free to roast me in the comments below if you so desire. Anyways, let's get started. Take it away, past Savannah. Hey guys, welcome back in. I'm Savannah and I am ready to give you some updated Oscar predictions. So Venice and Telluride and the Toronto International Film Festival have just finished. So a lot of the Oscar players have now begun to kind of cement themselves into the race. And now we can kind of see who is stronger, who is weaker. My last prediction video was at the end of July, so about over a month ago. So now I figured it's about time for me to give some updated predictions because some things have definitely changed. One big caveat before we jump in is that I am somewhat new to following the Oscar race. I have only really been doing it for the last year or two, so a lot of my predictions could probably be wrong, or most likely wrong, but that's okay. And to be honest, I am someone who doesn't always want to predict just what everybody else is predicting because otherwise that's boring and you've seen this video probably 100 different times. So I am going to go with what is in my gut, whether that is right or wrong, or there's statistics to back it up, or factual evidence, or whatever. I am going with what my gut tells me. It is September. Nothing is locked right now. No one can say for certain what is absolutely getting in and what is absolutely not. I mean, we can really feel strongly about something, and I think that there are generally some things that we are right about, but I would say it's way too early for any of us to say anything is locked. That being said, I feel pretty confident that in my last predictions video, I was kind of right. I made 3 big swings in my last video. That 1, Begonia is not going to be a Best Picture player. 2, After the Hunt is not going to be a Best Picture player. And 3, One Battle After Another is not going to be a Best Picture player. And honestly, I think I'm right about 2 of those. I think I am wrong about 1 of them. But I would say, after we've seen what happened at the film festivals, we could safely say that After the Hunt is gonzo. And I think that Begonia is not very strong in the Best Picture category. Like, I don't think it's completely out of the question that it could get in there. I really don't feel like it's going to. Spoiler alert. Let's just jump right into it. And again, with any of my predictions, please feel free to comment down below what you agree with, what you disagree with, and what you would put in place of those, because honestly, the discussion is the best part about the awards race, in my opinion. So let's start with the big one, which is going to be Best Picture. So I just want to put a reminder up here. This is what I had predicted for my end of July predictions here. Now we are going to say goodbye to a couple of players on this list, and we are going to give an official goodbye to The Testament of Anne Lee, and we are also going to say goodbye to Rental Family. I really don't want to say goodbye to The Testament of Anne Lee. I really actually, despite the polarizing reviews of the movie, I still super believe in it. However, the fact that it does not have a distributor yet is of great concern to me, and I thought that maybe if by the time TIFF finished, if it got a distributor, I would keep it in, but right now it doesn't seem that it has one. I am going to take it out, but should anything change, I will more than likely put it back in. And my second goodbye is for Rental Family. I did feel really strongly about this one. However, the reception of it is a little too lukewarm for me to safely predict it into Best Picture. I don't think it's completely dead. And a lot of people, of course, in this awards race, everyone is super reactionary. I am too. But I do think people are being a little too quick to completely dismiss it. However, maybe I'm just being entirely too kind to it. Goodbye, Anne Lee, and goodbye, Rental Family. So now what do I have it changed to? Let's take a look. So this is my new and updated Best Picture nominees for September. Obviously, I've only said goodbye to 2, so a lot of them are the same. I still think Sinners is number 1. I don't have a reason to take it out. There are some strong contenders, but I think Sinners is a super strong movie. It's commercially successful. It's critically successful. I know it has a sort of genre bias against it. It's early release. People think that other things are stronger. However, I'm not going to give up on my Sinners love until I see a really good reason to do so. Which I actually think you will notice One Battle After Another has entered in here, but it has entered it in my number 4 slot. The reason is that One Battle After Another has been getting such rave early reviews. Immediate early reception has been super positive, and also by like directors and whatnot too. So like industry people have been extremely positive on this. However, I want to save my judgment until after the movie is released. I want to see how it does at the box office, and I want to see what the general audience thinks of it. If One Battle After Another is a commercial success for the most part, right? It doesn't have to make a bajillion dollars at the box office, but like if it's generally a success, but also more importantly, if the general audience really rallies behind it, then I think I feel way more comfortable throwing One Battle After Another, perhaps even to the number 1 spot, because of like the PTA aspect of it all. But for now, I am trying not to be too reactionary, and I'm trying to stick to my guns, because remember, like a few months ago, I thought this was like almost gonna blank. So I want to kind of stick to my principles on this. So I don't want to just completely like do a 180. However, I do want to admit I was wrong about this, I think. I have One Battle After Another entering at the number 4 spot, which is still like super strong. I think it's super strong. The second slot you'll see is my newest edition, taking the place of Ann Lee or Rental Family, which is going to be Hamnet, which has received rave reviews, like absolutely rave reviews. Everyone is super for it. It seems like such a sentimental drama, really devastating, really heart-touching. It seems like the performances and the crafts all around have been really good. If you look at reviews of people who have seen it, it's all super positive. Chloe Zhao has also made an Oscar-winning movie before, right? So she's won Best Director, Best Picture before. So I don't see any reason now to doubt her after this reception. However, I don't know if this is the kind of movie that's going to win Best Picture anymore. I could be totally wrong. Maybe it is that great. I absolutely cannot wait to see this movie, but I don't know if it has the sauce to win anymore. So I'm keeping Hamnet at my number 2. Number 3, I am going to keep Sentimental Value in. I know it seems that the hype for it has kind of died down, but again, I don't see any reason to be super reactionary for it. It has been strong like all year, so I still think we should keep it in there. For my number 5, I am holding strong and fast on my No Other Choice. I had it in here. I've even moved it up. Now, I know people really doubt the Park Chan-wook picture director nom because the industry has seemed to just ignored him before. However, I still think this could be his time, especially since this year seems to be a little bit more wild and up in the air. This movie did win runner-up at the TIFF Film Festival. It didn't win at Venice, but that's sometimes these things don't mean anything, right? So I think that this movie could still now be relevant enough with the themes of it that perhaps Park Chan-wook can break in, because I still feel strongly that there is going to be like very two strong international players in the best 10, given that the last few years we've kind of been having like 2 international players in the expanded lineup. So I think Sentimental Value and No Other Choice are going to fill those roles. I'm staying on this train. I'm going to hold fast. I am going to say I told you so when this movie is nominated, or you are going to tell me you told me so when it is not. But either way, we're having fun. Number 6 is going to be Marty Supreme. I am going to be completely honest with you. I don't believe in this movie at all. I don't believe it in the sense that I'm not interested in this movie. I don't think it sounds very interesting. I'm not a big biopic person, but I cannot deny that this seems to have Oscars written all over it based on all of the evidence that we have seen. So I would be kind of silly to leave this out of the 10 because I just have no interest in the movie. I mean, who knows? It could surprise me. There's lots of biopics out there that are surprising and are good. However, I don't love going into biopics. So, I mean, but we haven't seen the movie yet, right? This is one I don't think that many people... Has anybody seen this movie yet? So we don't know. However, based on the other biopic, I still think that this one might be the stronger one. I'm not sure. And I mean, the other Safdie brother won Best Director at Venice, so maybe the Safdies got the special sauce. Who knows? My number 7 is going to be Wicked for Good. I think that this movie is pretty safe to make it into the 10. I don't really think this movie is going to win anything. However, I do think that there are going to be like 2 blockbuster type movies, movies that will generate a lot of money in the box office. I think Sinners fills this role, and I think Wicked for Good fills this role because I think that this movie is going to be commercially successful. So I don't see any reason to doubt why it would miss getting in here. For my number 8, I am keeping Springsteen in here, Deliver Me From Nowhere. And I think that's because it's a safe biopic. I think it seems to be generally well received. And honestly, for a biopic, that's all you need, right? It just needs to be generally well received and it will probably get in. And plus, you know, we'll get into the other nominations in just a second, but I think it's pretty safe to assume that this one probably could get in right now. For my number 9, this one I have been going back and forth in because a lot of people have been having lukewarm to positive receptions of this movie, that maybe it's going to be a little bit more of a Nightmare Alley type situation. Maybe it's not going to be the mega hit that I had in my mind. I think in my last predictions, I had Frankenstein at number 4. So maybe it's not going to be this crazy big player that I thought it would be. However, I do see Frankenstein being like a picture and text nominations type thing. It did win runner-up at the TIFF Film Festival, so I don't think we can completely count this one out right now. Like, I think it's gonna stay in the bottom 10. I think that's where Frankenstein will be. And for my last one, everyone's gonna call me crazy and they don't believe in it, and honestly, you're probably not wrong, but I am going to stick with my Sorry Baby. I just, I was looking at the movies and this is the one I believe in. It's the one I've seen, therefore it's the one I believe in. I really liked Sorry Baby, so maybe I'm just really biased. I finally got to watch it and it was so good. I'm just gonna kind of keep it on there because, right now I just don't feel so strongly about anything else. So fuck it. Like, I'm gonna put in, even if nobody else believes in it, I'm going to do it because that's what's fun, right? So this is my Best Picture top 10 as of September. This is post-TIFF, post-Venice, post-Telluride. Moving on to Best Director, this is what I had predicted in late July. So now we are going to say goodbye to 2 more people. It's like I'm a game show and I'm eliminating people. Goodbye. So sadly, we are going to say goodbye to Guillermo del Toro and we are going to say goodbye to Mona Fastvold. For Guillermo, I think it's safe to say that this movie, I don't feel so strongly that this is a strong above the line contender. I think it makes picture, but I think it makes text only. So really, I don't think that there is a good reason to keep him in the director lineup as of this moment. And as for Mona Fastvold, same reason I gave you before. The movie may not even come out this year. Now for my updated director 5. So of course, first I have Ryan Coogler. He is going to be our winner. I'm still predicting Sinners to be the winner. So I naturally think that this year, again, the past couple years, there has not been a split between director and picture. I don't think it's going to happen again this year, no matter what the winner is. So I think Ryan Coogler is going to be the winner of this Best Director because Sinners was an achievement. For number 2, again, I'm not going to be too reactionary. I'm going to keep Joachim Trier. I think he is a very safe bet for Best Director given the reception of Sentimental Value, despite it falling off in the popularity recently. Number 3, now we have entered Paul Thomas Anderson, PTA. He is a prestige director who has never really been given his flowers per se. If One Battle After Another is really well received by general audiences upon its release, I could see the Ryan Coogler PTA switch here, as well as maybe Best Picture. So honestly, I'm keeping him at number 3 to not be too reactionary. However, I don't know if it's cheating, but like I'm keeping the caveat that I could see it happen. At the same time, I'm keeping it number 3 and I'm not completely changing it, because even if One Battle After Another is really well received, I still am believing in Sinners. So I don't know. I'm kind of lost, but I think no matter what, at this point, I think it's pretty safe to assume PTA will at least be in the 5. Like, I think he will be there for sure. I think Chloe Zhao is going to be in here because, once again, I do think we want to nominate a female director. As of recent years, we have been nominating female directors. And also, she is a previous winner. However, because of that, I also think that kind of hurts her chances to win again. I mean, anything can happen, right? However, I don't think she will win, but I definitely think Hamnet is going to be so strong, and I think that she will definitely be nominated for this. And once again, I am going to keep my Park Chan-wook. I'm going to keep him in here. He's teetering at 5 because I just don't know if they're going to do it. He is the least safe person here, I think. The only reason to doubt him is because historically the Academy has ignored him, but I think this is the year, you know? I know every time a lot of people are like, this is the year, but this is the year. I swear it. I swear it. You heard it here first, or maybe you heard it somewhere else, but you definitely also heard it here. So this is my director lineup. All right, so for Best Actress, this is what I had chosen for my July predictions, but now it is time to say goodbye to a couple of players. We are unfortunately going to say goodbye to Amanda Seyfried. Once again, I say that if Ann Lee comes out this year, I am 100% putting her back in. However, I am really not confident that Ann Lee is coming out this year. And my other goodbye is going to be to Julia Roberts. You know, I did not have a lot of faith in After the Hunt in my last video. I just gotta say that in July, a lot of people thought After the Hunt was gonna be a big player. And I thought in my head, no, I don't think so. I don't think so. But, you know, when I was playing around with Best Actress, I thought, you know, maybe Julia Roberts could get in. You know, if the movie is somewhat decent, maybe she could get in. But the movie doesn't seem to be even somewhat decent. It seems to be quite polarizing. I don't feel confident with what I have heard that even she makes it in. I think, once again, a Lucasfilm is going to blank, which is unfortunately not uncommon for him nowadays, whether it's justified or not. I am very nervous about this one. Here is my new list. The number 1 I do think is going to go to Jessie Buckley. I think that's the common consensus here. She is really strong in Hamnet. She is a previous Oscar nominated actress, right? She did The Lost Daughter, I believe. I don't see any reason why to doubt her. You know, if she gives such a strong performance, lots of crying, lots of subtle acting, it seems like she does it all in this movie. I mean, really, what's there to doubt? I think she's got this in the bag. My next choice is still going to be Renate Reinsve. I don't want to be too reactionary. I didn't have her winning last time, and I still don't have her winning now, but I do think she's a really great actress. And I think we're at a point now with how strong sentimental value is that she will still be recognized. She probably is like the safer one to choose. So I still think she's quite strong. I'm going with Renate Reinsve. Last July, I predicted Rose Byrne for If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You. I don't know if a lot of people were predicting her at that time or not, but it seems now a lot of people are a lot more confident in Rose Byrne, since I think the Best Actress lineup seems to be pretty sparse, if I'm looking at it correctly. From what I've heard about this movie, she is going to be a strong contender. She is a force to be reckoned with in this movie. She is one of the things I'm gonna like ride or die. Like, I definitely really want to see Rose Byrne nominated for this movie, even though I haven't seen it yet. I'm really excited to. Okay, funny enough, the 2 actresses that have entered the field for me, this was really hard. I spent honestly like hours this morning mulling over who I wanted to put in here. I don't really have doubts that Emma Stone could get in again. I know she just won recently, right? But I am of the mind that Emma Stone has the sauce. I think she could get and win many, or at least be nominated for many Oscars in her career. I think she is a really great actress. And from what I've heard about Begonia, it sounds like she is a standout in this movie. With the field that we have at this point, I don't see any reason why Emma Stone couldn't get into the lineup. So I don't really think she's going to win for Begonia, but I do think she will get in here. So welcome back, Emma Stone. And my last one, I struggled with this. The whole conversation of the Wicked girls getting in or not, it keeps me up at night. I am struggling so hard with it because I feel in my gut so adamantly that they are not going to get in, which I know all the Wicked fans out there, please don't hurt me. Please don't hurt me. I just feel very strongly that she's not going to get in there. However, looking at the lineup, looking at all the competition, I don't see anyone who also makes a stronger case at this point than Cynthia Erivo. From what I know about Wicked Part 2, which is not a lot, keep in mind, I would imagine she has a much meatier role in the second half, right? So maybe she has a lot more to work with, and perhaps because of that, they will feel okay with nominating her again. Now, my biggest problem, I want to say my biggest issue with the Wicked girls is that I do feel it's a little different than some actors being nominated back to back, but they're nominated for different roles. The part that makes this a little bit different for me is that Cynthia and Ariana would be nominated for the same exact role, right? For essentially the same movie because they filmed it all in one go. I have a hard time thinking that if they get nominated again, they would not win. So my mind was always that if they are nominated again, they are going to win. But I don't see them winning with the competition. I don't know, with Jessie Buckley, I don't see Cynthia winning. And if I don't see Cynthia winning, I don't know, I don't see Ariana winning. I know they're not a pair, but at the same time, in my mind, in my gut, I just don't feel like one could win without the other. I mean, realistically, they probably could, right? But I don't know. I might eat my words in many months and I'll look back and everyone's going to be like, Savannah, you big dumb. You big dumb. But you know what? I'm just going to stick with it that maybe I'm big dumb, but I'm just going with my gut feeling, right? Like it's fun if people do things that are not what everyone else is doing. I mean, actually, everyone else is predicting Cynthia. But, I mean, you'll see what I'm saying. So I think Cynthia will squeeze into here. We'll see. Wicked fans, please don't hurt me. Okay, moving on to Best Actor. Now we must say our goodbyes. Goodbyes? Our goodbye. I'm only eliminating one person from the lineup this time around. So for my last predictions, this is what I had. I'm only eliminating one person this time around. Now, big question, you must be wondering, who am I eliminating? Only one, because I bet you a lot of you would eliminate two from here. I bet you, or one or two, but definitely one of these I know everyone has just completely bye-bye. But I'm not gonna. We are gonna say goodbye to George Clooney. Thank you for playing. You are done. I never felt that confident in J. Kelly. This was also another movie that I think, remember in my last prediction video, I didn't have it for Best Picture. A lot of people felt very confident about J. Kelly. I never did. I thought it might have been an actor play at most. And honestly, I don't even see it here. No, I don't see it. So I just, bye-bye. I don't know. So now we said goodbye to George Clooney. Now let's take a look at my updated list. Now you'll notice that a lot really hasn't changed. Things have just been shuffled around. I still think that Best Actor is going to be the battle of the skinny white curly haired dudes, which is Timothée Chalamet and Jeremy Allen White, for their biopic standoff. Who will win, Marty or Bruce? But I think it's going to be another biopic win this year. I have no doubts about it. Best Actor, like, often is a biopic win. So, but I think in place of George Clooney, we are going to see Leonardo DiCaprio, because if One Battle After Another is as strong as people are saying, I think acting nominations are going to come along with it. And if Leo plays a good character, like not a villain or anti-hero, I don't see any reason why they might just want to give him some love again, right? When's the last time he's been nominated? I'm not sure. If this movie is as strong as they say it is, I don't really see any reason why Leo could miss for this, especially with Best Actor still being kind of sparse, in my opinion. My next up is going to still be Michael B. Jordan. I'm keeping him in because if I am believing so strongly in Sinners, I want to believe that some acting nominations are going to come along with it, because I do think we are sort of in the world of sweeps. The last few years, the winning stuff has swept a lot. I don't know if the Sinners actors are going to win anything. However, I think that some will be nominated, and so I'm going to put Michael B. Jordan in here. He did a good job in the movie, so I don't really see any reason why he couldn't come along with it. And last place, a lot of people are kicking him out, but I'm going to keep Brendan Fraser. I think that from what I've heard about Rental Family, it still could be a small, intimate indie drama that could get him in. Brendan Fraser seems to be loved by the industry. It could be The Whale, the sequel, where it's just like his nomination only, right? I mean, I don't think he'll have the best makeup along in there with it. However, I don't think he's going to win for this performance. I don't know. I can still see it. I can still see Rental Family being something. I'm not going to be too reactionary. I'm going to keep Brendan in there, although he is on the cusp. Okay, let us get into supporting actress, where I am having the worst time. The worst time, honestly. All right, so for my last July's prediction of supporting actress, I think this is the one where I took the most swings, and honestly, I think were misses. But that's fun, right? That is fun. I think we have to say goodbye to 3 people. So I'm sorry, Mari Yamamoto, for Rental Family. I am so sorry, Thomasin McKenzie, for The Testament of Anne Lee, and Willa Fitzgerald for A House of Dynamite. Which I should also mention before anyone asks, A House of Dynamite, how do I feel about that movie? I don't think it's gonna be anything. Spoiler alert. I don't know. It's just my gut feeling. Maybe I'm wrong. I know Catherine Bigelow has won things before. She's an Oscars person or whatever. I just don't see it. But anyways, these are the 3 that we are saying goodbye to. So that means we need to make room for 3 more people. And I don't know who the heck to put in here, to be honest with you. I did a lot of soul searching, and this is what I ended up with. Okay, let's just address the elephant in the room here. I did put Cynthia Erivo in. I did not put Ariana Grande in. 1, because again, I just don't believe in the Wicked Girls. It was already really hard for me to put Cynthia in there. And 2, I heard that part 2 is not as strong for Ariana. So I don't know. If Ariana does make it in, I could see her winning, right? Because I have a belief that if the Wicked Girls get in, they should win. It's literally the same role they were nominated for last year. I just don't see it. I really don't see it. Please don't hurt me, Wicked fans. I know, please. I put Cynthia in. Is that good enough? Is that good enough? I have some explaining to do. Looking at the Best Supporting Actress lineup, I was struggling with this, and after a while, after some soul searching, meditation, binge eating, coffee chugging, praying to the divines, I came across some answers, which are probably wrong, honestly. I've come to the conclusion that I think with how the Best Actress lineup is this year, Glenn Close could win. She has been nominated 8 times. So this could be the Angela Bassett, Black Panther, Wakanda Forever nomination, or the Jamie Lee Curtis, Everything Everywhere All at Once nomination, which she did win. I think with this lineup, this could be the time where Glenn Close does a really good job in this film. This film is pretty well liked by a lot of people. So they're like, you know what? Here you go, Glenn Coco. And we can say that you are now a competitive Oscar winner. I don't know. Does anybody else see it? Is it just me? Probably. My number 2, choo choo. I am on the Amy Madigan train. I'm sorry. I am required by law to support any horror movie that I possibly can. It was said somewhere in an article somewhere, I think, or maybe it's on Reddit. I don't know. The internet is always right? That Warner Brothers is going to campaign Sinners, One Battle After Another, and Weapons. So what would they campaign it for? I think they're going to campaign it for Best Supporting Actress 100%. She seems to be pretty popular. Let's do it. I mean, Amy Madigan's been an Oscar nominee or winner before. I can't remember. I know it's a horror performance and, horror in the Oscars. I'm obligated. My hands are tied. I can't control it. I am 100% supporting Amy Madigan on this journey, and I hope you are too. My next one is going to be Elle Fanning, and then number 5 is going to be still Inga Ipsdottir Lilius, because I do think that the sentimental value girls will get in. I don't think that this year's lineup is so strong that they will, one or both of them will get out. I think that they will come in together. They seem to have really good performances. Elle Fanning, I think, is liked by the industry, and Inga seems to have done the better job in the movie, but seems to have a strong performance in the movie. I don't know. I don't have a problem still keeping them in my lineup. And the last one I'm going to put is Tiana Taylor for One Battle After Another. I think that, again, if One Battle is as strong as they say it is. I don't see any reason why some acting nominations would go in here. I would really love to put Regina Hall in here, to be honest with you, but it seems like Tiana and Chase Infinity are the ones that are getting like the standouts and like the call outs and like reviews and such. So I'm going to put Tiana in here because I feel like it's kind of safe. If One Battle is a big player, then I don't see why she couldn't get in here, especially if her performance is really well liked. This is my Best Supporting Actress lineup. It's a little crazy. It's a little wild. Maybe I am going to eat my words come ceremony time and Ariana Grande wins. But okay, so Best Supporting Actor, we are going to say goodbye to two of these lovely men. Unfortunately, we are going to say goodbye to Mark Hamill. I really wanted to die on the hill of the life of Chuck, but I just can't justify it anymore. And honestly, if the life of Chuck actually makes a renaissance and comes back, I'm going to be so mad at myself. Again, I really, really want Adam Sandler to get in here for Jay Kelly just because I think Adam Sandler should get some flowers. Honestly, I think. But I just don't see it. I don't see the Jay Kelly sauce, but I do think Adam Sandler is someone who is living on the cusp, like, because maybe if Jay Kelly does get a nomination somewhere, maybe it could be for an Adam Sandler performance. Who knows? So unfortunately, we are saying goodbye to Mark and Adam. This is going to be my updated Best Supporting Actors. So as you can see, Stellan Skarsgård I still have as the winner. I just don't see any reason why to doubt him because I think that the industry will want to award him for his long and prolific career. I would hope. I mean, he's been in so much stuff. For my second, I'm going to go with Paul Mescal for Hamnet. So I think with both Stellan and Paul, there is this big debate of category fraud and could they go lead or supporting. But in my gut, I think that they are both going to go supporting, although I do think one should go lead and one should go supporting because then they have the best chance of winning their respective categories. If I had to guess, I would still think Stellan would stay supporting and Paul could potentially go lead. However, right now, my gut is telling me that they are both going to go supporting and Stellan will be the winner. But from what I've heard, Paul gives a really good performance in Hamnet. And honestly, I really, really love Paul Mescal. After Sun permanently changed me, and I'm a big Paul Mescal fangirl. Number 3, I have said hello to Sean Penn for One Battle After Another. I have heard he gives a really good performance in this, so I don't see, again, any other reason why he couldn't come along. I have now added Delroy Lindo from Sinners, because honestly, again, now with Sinners, if it's going to be this big player that I hope it is, I think some acting nominations could come along with it. There are some scenes that he had in that movie that were deeply effective to me, at least. So I would love to see Delroy Lindo nominated here. And my last one is going to be Jeremy Strong, because honestly, like, again, so he was nominated last year, right, for The Apprentice. Savannah, why would you nominate Jeremy and not Ariana? Because again, it's this thing, there's a different role, it's a different movie, but Ariana is playing the same character. Cynthia is playing the same character in essentially the same movie. Once again, Wicked fans, please don't hurt me. So I think Jeremy Strong, he seems to be liked by the industry quite a bit. So if he gives a really good performance in Deliver Me From Nowhere, I mean, why shouldn't he get in, right? I just don't see right now another performance that's really grabbing my eye, another actor who's quite grabbing my eye. So I am putting Jeremy into that slot, although I think he is like the weakest. I don't feel a strong passion for this one. All right, Best Original Screenplay. Let's have another little bit of fun with this one. So we are going to say goodbye to one movie here. You say one, really? And I say yes, really. We are going to say goodbye to Rental Family because again, I just don't think that this movie is going to be strong based on everything that we have heard from the festivals. And I don't think the screenplay seems to be the strongest aspect of it at all. I just think it's going to be the performance with Brendan Fraser. I mean, I know a lot of you are still surprised I'm keeping Sorry Baby in here. However, I'm going to still hold on fast that Sorry Baby is going to do a Nickel Boys. I still think Sinners is going to win because I think it's taking picture. I think it's going to take the screenplay. Sentimental value I still think is pretty strong. I think Marty is going to be in the top 10. I don't see any reason to doubt why it wouldn't get the screenplay nom. And I am also going to throw in Weapons because once again, Warner Brothers has said that they're going to campaign it. And honestly, I think it would be so cool to have the screenplay supporting actor Kieran Culkin a Real Pain nomination. I mean, Amy Madigan and then the Weapons screenplay. Wouldn't that be kind of cool? So I'm going to champion this. I mean, horror again, blah, blah, blah. I think it would be really cool to see Weapons being nominated for Best Original original screenplay. So at this point, I am going to throw it in there. I'm going to be the one to campaign this and champion. I'm going to be the one to campaign this and champion this movie. And for my best adapted screenplay category, we are actually going to say goodbye to 3 different movies here. I feel a little not sure about this one, but at the same time, I still feel very confident about this one. I don't know. We are going to say goodbye to Frankenstein. We are going to say goodbye to No Other Choice. And we are going to say goodbye to The Life of Chuck. So again, I just don't think The Life of Chuck is going to be the player that I want it to be. Frankenstein, I don't think is going to be the above the lines contender that I want it to be. So I have to say goodbye to it. No Other Choice I am struggling with. I do think, because if I do think it's getting into picture and director, then maybe it should go into screenplay, right? However, I just don't know if I feel as confident about that for some reason, which I don't understand myself, because when I look at this lineup, I think I feel really confident about this lineup that I've chosen. But yeah, I'm saying goodbye to No Other Choice. Maybe I will regret this one too. That being said, this is going to be my updated lineup. Here we have Hamnet taking the winner because I do think Hamnet is going to be super strong. I do think whether or not one battle after another ends up being a really, really strong player, I kind of think Hamnet's going to take this one either way. So I think we're adding in Hamnet. I think we're adding in one battle after another here. I think Springsteen is pretty safe. I think we're going to get like a little biopic in here to keep it nice and comfy for the Academy. I still think Begonia is going to be like this actor screenplay combination here. I think it's well enough received that it could get some screenplay love still. I had it predicted last and still now. And then I think for my last one, I am going to go with Wake Up Dead Man because I know the last Knives Out movies have gotten nominated. I mean, this one still won the runner-up choice for the People's Choice Awards at TIFF, so it seems like this one is still going to be well liked. I think that this one had more middling reviews. I wouldn't feel as confident about it, but as of right now, it still seems like the reviews are generally pretty favorable. Why doubt it? So yeah, this is going to be my updated best adapted screenplay lineup with Hamnet being the winner. All right, so that's all my updated predictions for the Above the Lines categories. What do you think about them? What do you think I'm right about, wrong about? Please let me know in the comments down below. The discussion is the best part. I love to hear everyone's thoughts and opinions. What has changed for you? What are you holding fast to? What will you refuse to let go of? I think that my predictions now generally are still of like the same mind of a lot of people, but I'm still trying to hold fast to some of my gut feelings and things I feel strongly about. Also to keep in mind too, let me know if there are any other prediction types that you would like me to make. If you would like me to make a video about the Below the Lines categories, I do plan on hopefully trying to make predictions videos for like the Golden Globes or other things, and I'll still try to get updated predictions maybe once a month or so. Depends on how things line out. If you enjoyed watching this, please leave a like or a comment. If you would like to subscribe, let me know what kind of future videos you would like to see below in the awards category or just movie categories in general. I really enjoy talking about movies with you all, and I really enjoy talking about the awards race. It's just super fun. Thank you for hanging out with me today, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye bye.